Hey guys, it's Georgia, and in this video, we're gonna be talking all about memory cards. I know it's not the most exciting aspect of filmmaking, but it is insanely important. Without memory cards, you can't record anything with your camera, or worse, if it gets damaged or corrupted, you lose all of your hard work. So in this video, we're gonna talk about what to look for in a memory card and what's gonna work best for you. So this video is more about what I am learning about what to look for in a memory card, because before I didn't pay any attention. I just picked one that looked the best. I'm gonna do my best to explain it. There'll also be links in the description to other videos that help me and maybe will explain it better than I can. But hope this helps you guys out, and let's do it. So let's dive into the anatomy of a memory card using this 32 gigabyte as an example. So you see all these numbers and symbols on the card, but what do they mean? Well, this number obviously tells you about the storage capabilities of the card. If you're gonna be recording HD, 32 gigs or 16 gigabytes is pretty good. Even better if you get 64. But if you're gonna be recording 4K, you definitely don't wanna go under 64 gigabytes. So let's talk about this number up here, which is the read speed of your card. And basically, it's the number of megabytes per second being downloaded from your SD card into your computer. The lower the number, the longer it takes for the card to transfer all your data into your laptop. Now this number is not as important as I thought it was. While it does help to have a pretty fast read speed, what you really want to know is the write speed, which is these little numbers over here. So what I understand about the write speed is that it's about the video being recorded at a sustained rate from your camera into your card. And if that rate isn't sustained, then you start having frames dropped and your video doesn't turn out as good. So first thing you want to look at is this U shape here. You usually have a U1 or a U3 on the card. U1 meaning you have a sustained writing speed of 10 megabytes per second, and U3 is a sustained writing speed of 30 megabytes per second. For recording HD, a U1 will cover you no problem. However, if you're gonna do 4K, you gotta have a U3. All right, next up is this C shape right here, which says the number class 10. The numbers go all the way down by twos, I think until like class 4, maybe class 2. But class 10s are so common now and they're super affordable, you don't wanna go anything less. So for my EOS M, I use a 32 gigabyte U1 class 10 card, which is more than enough to handle whatever I decide to record with that camera. Now why? So let's say the EOS M recording at 1080p has a bit rate of 8 megabits per second. That's equivalent to 1 megabyte per second. Now notice how when you're talking about the camera, you start going into megabits, but when you go into the SD card, you go into megabytes. Megabytes being the larger unit. So 8 megabits equals 1 megabyte. Whew, let's go back to the memory card. U3 means that the minimum data being recorded is 30 megabytes per second. This means that the card will never write data at a rate slower than 30 megabytes per second. So that being the case, it can easily process 1 megabyte per second being fed into it. So the way I look at it, it's like the camera is feeding the card 1 spoonful of data at a time. But the card is capable of swallowing 30 spoonfuls of data at once. So is it really gonna have a problem processing this 1 spoonful that the camera's feeding it? No. So this card is perfectly fast enough to handle whatever the Canon EOS M feeds into it. Now this V shape up here is kind of just repetitive information that you get from the U1 and the class 10 symbols. So the card's never gonna go below V30, I think the highest being V90. So don't worry about it too much. So comparing the EOS M to the Lumix, I'm gonna need at least 64 gigabytes because I plan to film in 4K. And I'm gonna need a class 3 card. Class 10 is fine, and the V30 is fast enough for me to do 4K. Anyway guys, I hope this helped you out a little bit, or at least gave you a jumping off point for looking at memory cards. Again, tell me if I missed anything, and especially let me know if you can think of any other memory card brands that you think I should try that would fit with any of my 3 cameras, or just in general, tell people what cards you use. Anyway guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.